So JND just put up their photos for the Dark Knight Bruce Wayne and the Batman Armory set, and we have the pricing. It's going to be going up for pre-order tomorrow, or by the time you're watching this video, it's probably going to be up for pre-order. And I gotta say, I am so friggin' confused about where your money's going on this set that we got to talk about it. Hey everyone, Mr. Mom Collectibles. I am back with another video, and today, as I said, we are going to be taking a look at the J&D Studios 1/6 scale Bruce Wayne and Batman Armory set from The Dark Knight. Now, I got to say, I'm pulling up these photos here. We're going to go jump right into this. So they just put these photos up at the time of making this video. They've only been up for about 35 minutes, and we have pricing right here. I am not going to lie. From what I'm seeing so far, I am so confused about where the money's going on this, where your investment on this figure is. Now, I want to be upfront and clear. I am not criticizing anybody willing to pay for it. Like, if you got the money to buy it and you're a fan of this, I'm not gonna lie to you. If this was a 1989 Batman, I'd probably be all in on it because the fandom is taking over. So I respect that. So I'm looking at it from a little bit of a different lens. And like I said, if this was reversed and this was 89 Batman, you could be saying the same thing about me, saying, Mr. Mom, I can't see what the value in this. Why are you doing it? So just bear that in mind. I completely understand. So that being said, Kojin Works 1/6 scale Bruce Wayne from The Dark Knight. It says PO is going to be February 2nd, 2024, 12 p.m. Korea time. And so you have two types, Type A and Type C. The Type A is going to be the Bruce Wayne by himself, coming in at 829 USD with free shipping. Woohoo! They're giving you a break. And Type C retail is going to be basically the Bruce Wayne, a Batman that you can put together, and the Armory. It looks like it's going to be 17.99 USD, and they're giving you a deal, free shipping. And now here, Type A and Type C is a special edition with a limited edition of 800 pieces per. Shipping period Q3 2025. Shipping countries, limited territories. And you can go on the website and check it out. So we're going to jump right in and look at these photos. A couple concerns that I have. Number one is, I mean, it looks great, but realistically, with the Bruce Wayne, you're going to be limited in what you could do with the figure, right? I'm just going to flip through these photos and kind of give you my thoughts. The Bruce Wayne's not going to be highly articulated, right? You're not going to be doing anything dynamic with it because it's Bruce Wayne. He's standing there. A lot of the poses you're going to see of him just kind of, you can even tell there's limited photos that really show off a lot what the figure can do. His hands are in his pockets. You can have him down by his side, but every photo has him, excuse me, with his hands in his pockets. And so the figure is just going to be limited. It's just what it is. It's a museum pose, minimal pose type of figure. And then you then have the Batman here. The Batman itself, once again, they have him in a museum-esque type pose, and they both have these little display bases here. And as I said, you can get the Bruce Wayne by himself, and then you have the Bruce Wayne Batman Armory set. So like I said, flipping through these photos, and you can see here, you have these various display options where you can put them on one base, two bases, and just cycling through the photos. And the head sculpt on the Bruce Wayne, it looks good. Great? No. He looks too old for me. There's something off about it. The other thing to point out is that the hair looks sculpted. It's not even rooted. So it's sculpted hair. Now, there's been some discussion, and there's a video that I will play after going through this to kind of, like I said, digest, going through my thought process. But so from what I can see, the hair is sculpted or molded to the head sculpt. It's all one piece or it's separate, but it's not rooted. So it's sculpted hair. And they actually even showed most of the Dark Knight is actually, like, it looks like it's resin printed. And like I said, we'll get into the video to kind of show you. And like I said, this is everything that I've seen so far. So by all means, call me out in the comments below. Tell me, hey, you're wrong about this. It's actually this. I'm just kind of shown you from what I see so far. The Bruce Wayne, the tailoring on the suit looks really good. Really, really, really good. I like that a lot. But the head sculpt looks just a little too old for me for that period of time in the movie. It just doesn't look right to me. Certain angles like that looks okay, but head on, he just looks a little too old. Once again, poses, like, this is the most dynamic that I've seen him with, doing a mild walk. Once again, hands in pockets. You don't even see his hands out most of the time. There they are right there. But like I said, there's limitations in what you can do with the figure. Him holding the cowl if you want, things like that. But like I said, and then they're posing up the Batman with their Joker, which that smiling sculpt looks rough. And then here is the Armory, which is showing the suit in the Armory itself, just kind of giving you a walk around of it. You see there's little plugins in the back. It does light up. They do show, there it is with the lights there, lights on and off. and there's Bruce Wayne with the armory. So you can see how you can display all this and have multiple display options. It's just one of those things where I just kind of feel like, they're the JND is just trying to put stuff out very quick. Obviously, it looks like they put time into this stuff, so it isn't like they just made this yesterday. But we do know that InArt has they are interested in going down to the Dark Knight line and do a Bruce Wayne and a Hot Toys DX19 esque figure. And so, like, I can understand JND maybe trying to beat them to the gun a little bit and put something out first to kind of show what's going on. But nevertheless, so this is the armory setup, and then like I said they're just doing some more poses. You get a bust. So this is so this is like kind of the ultimate version. You have the three bases where you have one for Bruce Wayne, one for the Batman suit, and then you have the one for the armory. So you can see from the far left, you have the little square for Bruce, or you can go far. I'm sorry, that was far left, or you can go far right, which is the dual base where you can put Batman and Bruce Wayne on it, and then you have the armory. So you can see here, there's like additional pieces that look like they click on, that you can actually make similar to the new armory from Hot Toys with the Dark Knight Rises, how they're giving you like an upgraded DX19 where you can opt to actually make that a full-fledged Batman figure. Same thing, you have the cape hanging off here, the accessories, and like I said, you have a part, most of the bodies here, and then you just kind of like assemble it, and then you could have a Batman and you could have a Bruce Wayne. So they're giving you that option. But once again, a couple things to check off. Number one, the sculpts look too old for me personally. Number two, no rooted hair from what I can see. It looks like it's sculpted, and we'll get into the video in a moment to kind of just further that point. And then, like I said, it's just the price point is like I'm just trying to understand the value. Like, it's an armory, all that stuff. But when you kind of break down those little caveats, like, okay, rooted hair would have made it another step up. And it's just like I'm trying to digest and understand where the money's going. We could do this with a lot of other things. I mean, you could criticize the InArt 4-pack Joker. Like, where's the value there? I totally understand that. I'm just saying for this point, I'm just trying to understand for $1,800, like, where is all this? But I want to jump over to this video. This is I'll just play this and kind of talk in the background, and I'll call out some points. This is a video that was posted on their website. I can link it in the video below in the video description here, but this is kind of giving you, it's like a 9-minute video. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but this is just basically them kind of showing off the whole piece and building this diorama for the cave and everything. And we're just going to kind of jump through a little bit to kind of show you the process here. Here, so one point that was brought up by someone else, and so this is not my original thought here, but it is interesting where it kind of feels like a double dip, is fair to say, because they did come out with the 1/3 scale statues of Batman and Bruce Wayne, and it does totally feel like they just double dipped on it, where they took the statues and they shrunk them down. Like, see, like right here, I'll stop this in a moment, but they shrunk the statues down, and like that's it. So like right here, you could see behind here you have unfinished sculpts, and the hair is already on the figure. And even here, you can tell that it looks sculpted. So I don't know if the hair is maybe like a silicone base, so it allows it to move with the sculpt when you're moving it up and down, because they do those kind of poses. But then it also kind of throws me off a little bit because there's also head sculpts that are that have no hair. But you can see right behind there, the hair is molded to the actual sculpt itself. So it almost reminds me like the hair could be like a silicone, very lightweight material. So when you go to move the head, the hair does move with it. So it's not solid, sculpted, so to speak, like plastic. But like right there, that you can tell it's fake. It's not rooted. But getting back to my original point, it does feel like they kind of double dipped on this a little bit, right? Because JND came out with their 3rd scale statues, and then obviously, yeah, you're going to shrink them down, but it literally feels like they just shrunk them down and then that's it. And like there's nothing else done to it. Yes, you have like the eyes, the eye rolling system. Once again, I'm personally having a hard time grasping. Even if you do the Bruce Wayne by itself for $800, I'm having a hard time understanding where that value of the money's really going. I mean, unless that suit's cut from the original suit that Christian Bale wore in the movie, I'm having a difficult time grasping that. That's all. Like I said, let me know in the comments below. I do like these little pairings here, by the way. They put the Joker and Bruce Wayne together. I kind of like that little dynamic that they have, even though they didn't, that's interesting. But you can see right here the hair. Yeah, I mean, the hair is definitely, if I rewind this back just a smidge, you could see the hair is actually like kind of, when he goes to pinch the hair, how it kind of bends like silicone. Yep, you can see it right there. It definitely looks like it's a silicone base. for the hair, which is interesting. But once again, if it was rooted, I could maybe push the value. Okay, like rooted hair, I can get it, especially that kind of part that he has. It's pretty good. So if they were to nail that rooted, I would say, oh, all right, I can understand a little bit more of the value there. Um, Once again, I just that's just my opinion. Wanna I'm not here to criticize anyone who is intentionally, if you're gonna buy this, congratulations. I'm sure I mean, it is a tremendously looking piece. It looks fantastic. It's just that for someone like me, I'm just trying to understand. But like here you have resin pieces. So they're showing a lot of the pieces in the armory. It looks like they were resin printed and painted. I can skip to that where you guys can see they're talking about the armory and all the details and stuff like that. Like I said, this is a really long video. It's like 9 minutes long, but they're just going, through the pieces right there. They're replicating a lot of the details on the bat suit, on the the armory itself. Those are all resin pieces, and it showed him putting those together. And there's the suit itself right there. So that's another thing. Like there's the bat suit behind with these pieces. So is the bat suit all resin, and then they just printed it? So that means then your articulation is very limited. So one could argue, are you even getting a fully articulated Batman? It's going to be basically a museum pose Batman with possible minimal minimal posing. So I'm just kind of throwing this stuff. I'm just like I said, I'm just calling it the way that I see it in the video. And I'm just like that looks really spectacular. There's no doubt about it. That looks spectacular. The paint looks fantastic. It looks like the carbon pieces from the movie. It looks fantastic. There's no denying that. But as I said, this piece put together and for like $1,800, it's just like, whoa. So that's just how I feel about it. I'm not sure how this is going to be received by the community overall. I mean, obviously, not everyone's going to get this. It's limited to 800. That is something to keep in mind about. Also, the price is the exclusivity factor. That is something that I do give kudos to. With which, no doubt, that's what's going to have maintain the price point is that it's limited to literally 800. That is something that I've always been trying to champion behind Hot Toys doing with their artisan figures. I do feel like the artisan DX should be numbered just to give it a little more with that whole exclusivity thing. So I do have to keep that in mind when talking about this is that we're only talking about 800 pieces. We're not talking about 3,000. So it is going to be quite exclusive to only a group of people owning these. Nevertheless, um, like I said, those are my thoughts on it. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment below. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you enjoy this and other content. And let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I don't know if it's me one of those things where let me know if you're picking it up because, like I said, I don't know 800 pieces of each. So it's not going to exactly be something everyone can really go after. But at least let me know what your comments are. Do you think, you kind of agree where my head's at? Is the sculpt a little too old? How do you feel about the value of it? Things like that. Let me know in the comments below. But until then, this is Mr. Mom Collectible saying take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.